اهلا وسهلا فيكم متابعينا، معكم انا هاري وحلقه جديده من برنامج يلا. بحلقه اليوم رح نستضيف راقصه فعلا من افضل الراقصين واكثرهم ليونه من وجهه نظري، واللي بيعرفوني بيعرفوا اني انا كثير بحب الرقص وبتابعه. رحبوا معي بجايا بومير يميني، راقصه واستاذه الرقص في مدرسه سارينين، واللي بتشارك بعروض راقصه مع مغنيين عالميين مثل النجم البريطاني هاري ستايلز. تابعونا يلا. Thank you so much for joining us today, Gaia.
Of course, I'm so happy to be here.
Can you share with us a little bit about your history with dance, like the moment you realized that this is what you want to do? You want to be a dancer.
I started at my mom's dance school in Israel, and I was all about the skirts and the outfit, and I was in front of the mirror all the time. I wasn't very focused. But then I would say maybe around the age of 10, we all went to this summer course in Italy, in Balletto di Toscana. And I was taking class with all the big kids and the professional dancers. And then this teacher there, she saw me and she said, wow, okay, there's something there. This girl can really move. And then my mom saw, and everybody was there. They all clapped. And I think since then, my mom said, okay, you know what? Let's invest. Let's get her a private ballet class. She's going to work with me now, private lessons, and let's get it going. So I think maybe around the age of 10, yeah.
You know, the first thing that struck me when I saw you dancing is your ability to also move your body in ways that I haven't seen, to be honest. So you kind of mentioned before that this is something that you had a gift from your mom's side.
Yeah, so my mom, she has a movement method. It's called the Kinetica. And I think being born to her, she kind of it was kind of ingrained into me from a very young age. You know, I started to really take it in from her and being in rehearsals with her. And it became a whole love story for me, because I was like, okay, this is what I'm going to do. This is what I feel like I'm connected to in the way that I move and in the way that I express myself. I felt like this was my voice. And since then, it just grew and grew. And now I even teach it all around the world.
And you also won Youth America Grand Prix. Tell me about that.
To me, as an Israeli, the first Israeli to win big at YAGP, it was something out of a dream, out of a movie. I just went there because, you know, I had all this support behind me with my mom's choreography and some ballet variation, and we got a prize. And it was really the first one for Israel in YGP. So it was a whole
so you
story.
made history.
And I was really surprised. Yes, and I was super surprised. I didn't even realize that I won when I received the prize. I didn't understand English at all at that time. So I grabbed the prize and then I go backstage, and then my mom tells me, "Gaia, you won," and I start crying. It was very emotional.
There is something so positive about dancing, the ability to express yourself in that form and in a beautiful way. It's almost, it could take you to a higher place of being. You know, it could be like a spiritual experience for some. Tell me about your feeling and how, like, what basically, if you want to describe your feelings when you're dancing, what would be the word that you would use?
It's a very, very deep feeling of euphoria. Sometimes when you get out there on stage, or you're even in class, you feel so enlightened all of a sudden. You feel like everything is clear, your mind is clear. And I guess also when I'm on stage, I feel it, but even stronger, you know, because it has such a big meaning, to me at least.
So I actually wanted to go back. You've also been featured in the award-winning documentary, First Position. Tell us about this experience.
It was a funny one because I didn't speak a word of English at the time. And it was the time of the competition, YGP. At the same time, I was very focused on the composition, and all I cared about was my choreographies, to focus myself. And then this director comes, Bess, and she asked my mom if we can sign a contract, if we can film, and I don't remember exactly what happened because I was very young, but I remember my mom saying no contract, we're not signing anything, we don't want her in a movie. But then, for the shootings, she said, oh, we have a few shots of her, very nice things, can we put it in the movie? And my mom said, yeah, no problem, it's fine. And then the movie came out and it was a sensation, and I guess I was in the movie more than I expected. I didn't even think about it, and then apparently it was a big thing for young dancers, which I'm very proud that it was a part of my life.
He was so beautiful and strong.
I wanted to ask you, Gaia, how is it being Israeli connect to your dancing? How does that come out in your dancing?
In Israel, we have a very, very strong voice of contemporary dance. But I feel personally that it's a very united voice. It's like one voice sometimes to me. And I felt that as an Israeli, you can't really go out there and maybe do ballet or be a ballerina because maybe you don't have the body, because we have wider hips, in the Israeli built. So I think all these beliefs kind of made it harder, but at the same time, I think it didn't really break me, and I believed in myself and I believed in my dream. And I think, for example, after people watched the movie and they saw a Jewish Israeli girl do all these things, people started coming to me and saying, thank you so much for doing this, because of you, I now believe that I'm able to be a ballerina or to do this as a Jewish girl or as an Israeli girl, or and after the movie came out, a bunch of Israelis started to YGP, and some of them even won some prizes.
You recently performed on stage with Harry Styles at the Grammys. How was that experience?
To me, I wasn't a big fan of Harry Styles before. I don't really listen to his music, but then I think I was really attracted to the artistry of the choreographer who was doing the piece. So I was really happy that he invited me to come to do this project. But then finding out that it's Harry Styles, I was like, oh, that is really, really cool. Even if I'm not like the biggest fan, it's still a really, really talented artist that I would love to meet and work with. In the moment you're just working, you're not really thinking too much. You're more focused on what you have to do. And then in retrospect, I was like, damn, that was a big one. That was a cool gig.
Absolutely. How was it working with him? Like, how is he as a person, performer, professional?
He's the nicest person. Very professional. I loved working with him, really. Also, he was such a champ when it came. I don't know if you've heard that the stage went, the turning table went the wrong way in the Grammys. And we had to improvise everything. So he just kind of like took control of the situation and started the whole thing without fear. And he was really a champ. So I think it was a really meaningful experience to all of us. Yeah.
Following the Abraham Accords, the peace agreements that happened between Arab countries and Israel, have you visited any Arab countries yet?
Not yet. Because you know what? I always want to travel is usually because, when I get invited to work, I never travel for just vacation. So I think that would be so great if I could go, because all my friends went to Dubai and I really want to go too. So we'll see. But my mom really wants to go see the pyramids, and I agree with her. We think it's super cool to go to Egypt and see, because it's crazy to think that humans without technology built, I feel like this would be a really cool place to go. I think Egypt with the family and Dubai with friends.
All right, sounds great. What would you say to young audience watching us today who might also dream of being dancers, yet they might be afraid of trying or even think it's a taboo, as you know, in different cultures in the Middle East, North Africa regions? What would you say to younger generations who also aspire to be dancers or to dance?
I would say it is terrifying. I'm not going to lie. It takes a lot of courage and it takes a lot of dedication. And always when you feel like you're about to give up and that's it and there's no hope, always push through because something else will come and you will be so happy you pushed through. Always keep pushing through.
All right, so now we are on to the speed round. Are you ready?
Super ready.
All right. Besides your own, what is your favorite dancing style? And I know that you danced 3 different styles, but what would the other favorite dancing style?
Ballroom dancing. I want to be like you and your husband when I grow up.
No, I'm not a professional ballroom dancer, but yeah, sure. So ballroom dancing. In your opinion, who is the greatest dancer of all time?
Barishnikov is a ballet dancer.
Ballet, After Harry Styles, who is the artist that you would love to perform with on stage?
Tom York is the lead singer of Radiohead, and he has also a bunch of side bands, and he's my favorite ever.
What is your favorite Israeli food?
Well, it's not exactly Israeli. It's from Yemen. My grandmother makes jachnun so good every Saturday morning, and I miss it so much.
Jachnun, can you describe what is inside of it?
It's like dough and a lot of oil and butter rolled like this, and then put in the oven for many, many hours. And then you eat it with the tomato mush.
Oh, that sounds so yummy. Where would you like to visit next?
Other than Egypt and Dubai,
yes,
I would say Iceland.
Iceland.
I want to go to Iceland.
And why?
I want to see the lights, the northern lights, if I can.
The one person that inspired or helped you in the way that basically changed your life?
My mom. My mom. She's my best friend and she's also my trainer, and she's my mom. And I appreciate her a lot.
All right, we send her greetings and highs from our team at the Yalla Show to your mom. And it was wonderful having you, Gaia. I wish you the best.
It was a pleasure.
On all your upcoming ventures, and we would love to keep watching and seeing you doing wonderful in the world of dance.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Now we're gonna say Yalla together. Are you ready?
Okay.
All right, 1, 2, 3.
Yalla!
Yalla!